Hey, what is going on, party people? Greg Jenkins here from House Monkey Pod, back with another quick demo of a setup that you can use to immediately look at your database in a brand new way. So what I'm talking about here is a tool that will comb through all of the contacts in your list, and it will categorize them into people who have engaged recently, somewhat recently, or haven't engaged lately at all. And the reason that this is so important is because email clients, Gmail, Yahoo, Outlook, are evolving the algorithms that they use. And they will punish people sending email to those who aren't engaging with it. So it is important for us as marketers, as small business owners, to make sure that we are actively monitoring the people in our database and only emailing the folks who have not only said they want to hear from us, but are clicking on our links, are replying to our emails, are opening and responding and forwarding to their friends, right? And the more tools that we have to surface up this information, the easier it will be to maintain our list integrity and therefore our own reputation, which of course affects the bottom line if you depend on email to create sales in your business. Now, let's take a look at this feature. Okay, so if you are already a PlusThis user, all you need to do is search for engagement, and we have the email engagement triggers feature. If you are not yet a PlusThis user, obviously feel free to browse around, check out their other tools, or just start a free trial and get this one set up right away. Inside your PlusThis dashboard, you can go ahead and click Add a Tool, and you can search for the engagement triggers tool. It's really quick and simple to set up. Basically, we choose which of our email fields we want to check. So I'm going to check the actual first email address, but you could check engagement on the second or third as well. You want to choose the categories. So last engaged within 30 days, and then you create, or if you already have your tags created, you choose which tag you want to apply here. So last engaged within 30 days, I'm not going to get too clever with my naming conventions. I'll just call it last engaged 30 days. We click create tag, and there you have it. So I'll do the same thing for these other categories so that we know individuals who are between 31 and 60, 61 and 90, or over 90 days. Okay, as you can see, I also created tags for people who have never engaged, new contacts, people who were created within the last 45 days but don't have engagement, never engaged old contacts, contacts who are over 45 days old but have no engagement, and then people who have never been sent an email. So these are the different bucket categories. As you can see, if we jump into my Keep account here, I'm using the Max Classic, or the now known as Ultimate Edition. If we go to the Settings section, under tags, as I created those tags inside of PlusThis, they were also created here in my database. And then if we jump back into PlusThis, now what we get to set up are the advanced options. Now, these are optional, but you can also store the last date of engagement, the last time they were sent an email, or the date that they were created into custom fields. And this would be the number of days since that engagement. So you would want to set up probably a whole number field, and then you could store those different values in there. Now, one thing I'm building towards that I haven't yet said out loud is that this runs on a schedule. So each time it runs, it will update what that value is. It will also update which tags somebody has. So if they engage, instead of being the 90 plus one, they would then jump to the last 30 days, right? Or if somebody slips from being new never engaged to being old never engaged as they pass the 45-day threshold, the system will automatically change them the next time it runs your check here. Now, you can also apply tags based on email status. Single opt-in, double opt-in, confirmed, all the different statuses are broke down here. So depending on how granular you want to get, you could use those additional settings to make this even more nuanced as it pertains to pulling your database into different groups, sections, and lists. Now, I want to schedule a bulk update. We can choose who to run this against, or we can run it against the entire database, which is what I'm going to do here. And I want to schedule this to run weekly. Because it does take some different resources, I'm going to schedule it to run on Saturday at, sometime in the evening. So 11 p.m. on Saturday, maybe 11:15. And we'll do this. I'm in Pacific US time, so I'll have it be in Pacific US time as well, which shouldn't overlap much with when I have my general automation running or I'm sending broadcasts like that. But you could run it monthly, or you could run it against only a specific section of your list, etc. But those are the different settings for the schedule here. Let's call this email engagement processor. And you can categorize this. I have an admin category here. And before I click save, I want to show you a setting at the top that I glossed over. And this is an important one, but this setting allows you to remove previously configured tags before processing engagement. So that means if they were never engaged and now they have engaged, it's going to remove the old tag as it applies the new one. So this is a terribly important setting in order to keep things current. Otherwise, you're just going to be stacking up tags. But this setting allows you to swap the old tag with the new tag so that each time it runs on the cycle that you have scheduled, everything is then up to speed because previous tags had been purged. Let's go ahead and click save. Now, there's a few options here. If you have it scheduled as a weekly occurrence, you don't need to use this in order to run it. So those are sort of your options. You could use this as an HTTP post inside of one of your campaigns if you wanted to trigger it manually on contacts when they hit a certain point, or as I have done, you can set up a schedule. Now, it's going to run automatically on the 27th, but rather than wait till then, I want to actually process this right now just to get it going. It takes a few minutes. It's been prepared. It will start processing, and once it is done, I will see the numbers on these tags start to populate as the individuals get sorted into these different categories. So I will pause this recording for now, let this run against my system, and then I'll circle back to show you the results as we dig into people who we've never emailed, never ever emailed, people in the last 90 days, 61 to 90, etc., etc., etc. Now, as you can see, this is actively processing. So in just a few moments here, it will have combed our entire database to update with the settings that we put into place. If we take a look at the tags section here, we should see that these are starting to get numbers populated as it combs through and puts people into the various buckets here based on the criteria and the tags that we had laid out. So as you can see, brand new information at my fingertips here that then you could use in whatever capacity makes the most sense for your email strategy. Okay, and that just about does it. The tool is going to run right now as I'm talking, and then it will, moving forward, run every Saturday night at 11:15 p.m. Pacific time as I have scheduled it. Now, the next natural question is, how do I use this information? Number one, it's just new information that you can use to market better, to segment better, to make sure you're putting the right offer in front of the right people at the right time. But by excluding the unengaged segments of your database, you're going to see a higher percentage of those who you are mailing to engaging, because you know that you're only reaching out to the people who are still opening your emails, clicking links, replying, and demonstrating that they still actively want this content. And that will improve your email reputation, because you're training Gmail, Outlook, Yahoo, the different email clients that, hey, the people I send messages to want this communication. So moving forward, any email you send, they're going to prioritize because you have a better domain reputation as a result. So it should be all good things across the board. Now, like I said, if you are already a PlusThis user, go ahead and set this feature up. Brand new information at your fingertips right away that you can start using to improve the way that you communicate with your audience. If you're not yet a PlusThis user, this is a perfect time to get started. You can go to tryplusthis.com, start out with a free trial, or just jump right into one of the paid plans, set up this feature and any of the others that you expect to serve your business. Now, that is it for now from me. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them below. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Take care.